Hello everyone. My name is Oluwagbemigas. I'm the husband of Oluwagbemigas. Husband.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Thank you for having me as your guest on the channel.
See, one secret is what that asked you to start this channel. Yes.
Really?
You don't remember?
Okay, it's true. She's correct. Yes.
Alright, thank you so much for your support.
We are the back end team.
Abio.
Okay, we are here now.
Alright, so today we want to talk about money conversations to have with your partner. And so this conversation should come at least before you get married, right?
Exactly.
So we had that conversation before we got married, and that is what we want to talk about. Yes. So the first conversation to have with your partner is what you own and what you owe. Your net worth, your total, whatever asset you own, and what you owe, the debt that your head. For Yorubas they'll say gbese. Yes, Abi?
Exactly. Yeah.
So before we got married, we talked about that. We talked about our net worth.
All right. Yes. It's not gonna be kind if you hide that to the woman that is coming into your life, and then the first thing that she will be hearing is that after when she has finally come on board is that you are owing this one, you are owing that one, you are owing that one.
Exactly.
So everybody has a baggage.
Yes.
And so I think marriage should be something of radical transparency and absolute open-mindedness.
Yes, and honesty.
Honesty, exactly. So first thing I did for her was that I took her to the site where money will be coming from. I was so happy, the day I took her to site, she was energetic. She likes my job, and I said something. I said, in this place, sometimes money will come.
Yes.
And then sometimes it will look as if it's not going to come, but money will still come. So, and that's the aspect of
talk about is your money mindset and overall beliefs. Yes. You have to ask your partner, what do you believe about money? Do you have abundance mindset or lack mindset? Some they feel that money is available for me whenever I need it. For some they feel that I have to work so hard to get money.
Exactly.
So you have to ask your partner what they believe about money.
Yeah. I think in my own perspective, I think both of us, we believe that money is our slave.
Yeah.
And money is something that we should be sending on an errand, and not something that we'll be longing for. So it should be something that should be like in abundance for us. That's why sometimes some people will call our company Abundance. They will call the company Abundance.
Okay.
So, and it's because of that's the kind of mentality that we have within ourselves. And for we to have abundance, we respect a principle that says you have to work. As for the man and the woman, the alignment of gifts would bring abundance in an unlimited flow. So, okay, number 3 is life and financial goals. So, over to you, Omi.
Yes, it says that you have to ask your partner. You guys should talk about it. What are your financial goals? What do you intend to achieve this year that we are going into marriage? What do you intend to achieve 5 years from now? Where do you want to be in your journey financially 5 years from now? We had that conversation. And one of the other conversations you can add inside this one, one is that, do you want to be taking vacations every year, quarterly? How do you want it? Then what is the budget like? Where do you want to be going for your vacations? So those are things that you should discuss.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think when people hear the word vacation, they thought you don't have to break any bank.
Exactly.
As long as you leave an entire state to another state, you started vacation already.
That's true.
And I would like you to give it a trial.
Yes.
Move from a state A to a state B.
Exactly.
And spend 1 or 2 weeks in that state B. By the time you come back to state A that you live, you will gain energy.
Exactly.
So you don't have to break bank. Even I and Wumi, what we always do is that we look out for a family friend that is in different states, and then we go and pay them a visit of 1 week or 2. Not like we cannot pay the hotel, but we feel we still need to connect with families, because we are more concerned about people's family well-being, and then ensure that other families can learn from us, why we also can learn from them.
Exactly.
So that's how. Okay, number 4 is financial background. Wow.
Exactly. So talking about your financial background as a couple, you know, growing up, you guys grew up from different families.
Yeah.
And so the way money was viewed in your husband's family is different from the way money is viewed in your own family, your husband to be. So you have to discuss that. Then you have to ask questions like, how did money impact your parents' relationship? What was it like for them? Spending and savings habits. Sweetheart, I need to ask you,
right.
Do you think a man should open up, should tell his wife what he's earning, what he's making?
Yes, please.
Okay, so for people that are working maybe with an organization, so it will be salary. Do you think a man should tell his wife his salary? And then secondly, the question is for someone that owns a business, maybe a man that owns a business like yourself. Do you think the man should tell his wife, okay, this is how much I get paid, that I pay myself, and how much that comes into the company and all that?
Yeah. All right, good. What I'm going to say is yes.
Okay.
If you don't actually want your wife to help you to put expenses on your income, set up your wife.
Okay.
As long as she's having her own inflow, there won't be any issue.
Yes.
But once she does not have inflow, forget, your salary will have been lean before the money come to the house. Yeah. Because you will have known that this is what is coming.
Yes.
And that is not healthy for you as a man. So try to fix that part. Make sure that your wife is working and you are not lazy as a man.
Exactly.
So that joint account that will be putting money together, be removing money together. No, what we did was that she has her own account, I have my own account, and then there is a certain percentage that I remove. We have 2 extra accounts, one for union accounts, meaning me and her, while another one for unity accounts. Unity account means when our children generation to generation are joining us. So we have something that we are putting in that unity account, and even the bank is Unity Bank.
Yes.
Why our own is that we say Union is Union Bank.
Yes.
So we make sure that the name aligns with what we call it, with the people we are banking with, and that's how we've been operating, and we are fine.
Yes.
And whenever we are about to say in our own personal account there is no money there, I think there is a safety somewhere.
Exactly.
And before we get to that safety money have come back to the account.
Praise the Lord for that.
Yeah, hallelujah, man.
Okay, so what he's trying to explain is that you have to have the conversation that, do you guys want to have a joint account or you don't want a joint account? Like what you mentioned, that is what we do. For some couples, they will feel like, okay, let's put all our money together and have a joint account. So not one size fits all. Just find out what works for you as a couple, both of you.
Yes.
Will this work for us? Okay, does this align with what we want, and then go for it? So one of the things we also talked about, spending and savings habits, conversation, and make sure that you're on the same page. Then another thing is that find out who saves more, or what I mean is that who spends more, so that you can have an accountant in the house.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, please do.
All right, talk about.
The use was that on a daily basis, all our expenses, we make sure that we put all of them into record, and then so that we can use it to checkmate our average income. Our average expenses. No, I think average expenses on a monthly basis, so that we can have an expenses projection of okay, I think this is what we can be spending. We need to be spending on part of our day-to-day expenses. What we did was that, you know, that the magic of big thinking is what you use your hand to write down with ink and paper. So I said, okay, before we start smartphone method, let's get an A4 paper, or let's get a journal. So we get a journal, and then I always write it every day for a whole year. And then I think after the next year, I now pass it to my madam. Now when we have passed it to my madam, she's the smartphone user. So she has been using the smartphone to run the end of this year. She will give us audit.
December, we just sit down and audit. Okay, how much did you spend on feeding, on benevolence, on gifts, on clothing, on, so which one should we cut entering into a new year, which one should we invest in, and all that. How much you spend on buying assets, all those things. It helps actually. I think
charity begins from home. That if you can fix this in your home,
exactly,
it will rub off in your business. And that's why I take it so serious with the house. And as of today, it has rubbing into the company and everything is working fine. Who handles what?
Exactly.
Okay, good. There is this chart that we have, that we have laundry, we have sweeping, we have lawn the grass rather, we have cleaning the car.
Yes.
So we have NEPA bill or other utility bills.
Exactly.
We have house rent. You understand? So we list everything.
Yes.
So now we put a stroke opposite it. Gbemigas. So the one she handles, she knows everything.
Yes.
The one I handle, I know everything.
Exactly.
So now try to run all the list of expenses and not contribute anything. No, it's not a good idea, because if somebody feel there's nothing I'm contributing, there's nothing I'm doing, an urge to do more will not really be there, because there will be no responsibility for that person to cater for. So even please help me to clap for my wife. She's the one feeding us every time I'm here. So, and I've not come to the house and say kusunje. No, even I'll be doing, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. So those are the responsibilities that we can actually put in place, and you will naturally realize that.
All right, so it's important to have conversations, money conversations with your spouse. One of the things that causes arguments and fights in marriage is money. One of it is money.
And people don't like talking about it.
Exactly. So it might be challenging to talk about, but you both need to just sit down and talk about it, so that in the future in marriage, there won't be conflict. Because right now in our home, like what you mentioned, when there is a NEPA bill to pay, we know who should handle it. Okay, so you cannot ask me a question like, okay, what if the person that is supposed to handle it
does not have money,
or is not available at that time? You give loan.
Yes, you give
and
loan,
then you return the money later. Exactly.
But you know, some people will say, when the husband borrow money, see, to be factual, I don't pay back.
So you know that you don't pay me back.
But I pay in kind. I pay in another.
All right. So all those things we are talking about is for people that are about to get married, and also people that are married that didn't have the conversation before. So you can both sit down after watching this video and have the conversation. And so this is a bonus for people that are about to get married. So talk about your wedding expenses.
Yes. Very important. You know, like, I think we just need to be factual. Put all the list. All, what's the price? Food feeding, what's the price? Music, what's the price? Interior design. Is it they call interior design?
Events decor.
Event decoration. Put the price. Total everything. Then ask your wife.
How much
can you put?
Exactly.
Ask yourself, how much can you do? Then if you have known the amount, you sum your own together. Maybe like the expenses is 3.5. Maybe you guys can cough 1.5. That means we have a balance of 2 million.
Exactly.
Then you know what we did was that we calm ourselves down, submit your pride, exactly. Humble yourself. While we humble ourselves, we now say, okay, please check your phone. Who are the family that love you?
Exactly.
Who are the family that love me? By the time you call all the people that loves you, that you love, and ask them, man, please, so I need support for this my wedding. No, don't tell them money. Tell them the list of all the needs, and let them pick the one that they. And if they cannot pick the entire, okay, support any of these needs.
Exactly.
Very, very important. If you talk about money, it pisses people off. That means they make you go marry. So that you won't hear that kind of statement. So that's my take.
All right. Okay, so this conversation is also very important. How much should go to your parents? Now, as a woman and as a man, when my husband married me, he no longer has, okay, that's the right thing. My husband now has 4 parents. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And now I have 4 parents. What I mean is that your husband's parents becomes your parent. My parent becomes his parent. So both of you have to sit down and talk about how much are you going to be sending to your parents every month. It's actually very important. And there's a blessing in it. I like to emphasize this. No matter how much you make, try so much to make sure that you're meeting a need. We are putting something aside for your parents. And so we had that conversation too. I started it before I got married, actually. I think I was 7 then when I started. Little, even if it's recharge card you're buying for them, you're loading their phone, there's a blessing attached to it. It's scriptural. It is scriptural. So I can't overemphasize that. So, and then when we got married, I talked to him about it, that this is what I do and all that. They said, oh, that was good. Let's hijack it up. Let's increase it. See, it doubled it, and then we started doing it to both parents. Until date. We thank God that He has been giving us the strength, because it is only God that can assist.
Yeah, as in, like, see, this madam, she's full of wisdom. Yeah, she's full of wisdom and native wisdom and biblical wisdom. So just call her if you need support. When you go, she was one that came up with it. I said, I said, really? Where? Then I didn't join her at the beginning. She's the one doing it. But one of these days, I just stumbled in the idea that honor your father and your mother, so that your days may be long. And I'm also part of the people that always say, they won't take care of their parents, they won't take care of their father, their mother, but when they die, they will now kill cow, they will paint the house, they will do everywhere. When that's now like a paradigm shift in my heart, I just tell her that, madam, let's increase all those things. See, one person will take the lead, and then don't bother, a time is coming. Just like the seed, like Jesus Christ said, the seed will fall in the bush, it fall on the rock. One day it will fall in the right soil, in the heart of that person, and then by the time it germinates like this, you'll be shocked what it will do. All the things you have been doing for maybe 1 year, 2 years, it can do it in 3 months. Blessing is coming in return for you.
Oh, thank you so much for listening to us, and most importantly, we want you to take action. Don't just listen to us, please take action. All right, so I asked 3 couples, some of our friends, about 3 of them, the conversations they had around money before they got married. So I'm going to read out what they said. So couple 1 said, we talked about our current income and income projections in few years. Yes. And then they said how much should go to parents and family. So they also said we talked about tithing and benevolence. See? We talked about that too. So couple 2 said, we prepared a budget of the wedding expenses and we talked about it, who handles what. Then they gave an advice. They said, don't base your wedding expenses on the cash from people. You don't have to break the bank to marry.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So couple 2, oh, that was couple 1. I was still reading couple 1. So couple 2 said, who is handling what in the house? Then they said, are we having a joint account? They talked about that. Then they talked about how much we go to relatives. Then they talked about joint investments. Are we going to be buying properties together in both names, or how do we want to do it and all that, so that there won't be surprises in marriage? So you should talk about that. Then the last couple 3 said, we talked about our current financial state. We talked about, they said you need to talk about spending lifestyle. How will bills be paid, and who will handle what? So I guess we've covered a lot and we've done justice to this topic.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. Yes. Thank you for staying to the end of this video, and kudos to the Queen Oluwagbemigas.
Thank you. You'll be seeing more of his face, don't worry, very soon. He's coming up to come and talk about another topic. Click
the subscribe button.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in our next video. Goodbye.
Bye.
Alright, so you start.
Hello everyone. No, this is still a test, and then the stuff will not align. Yeah.
All right, so.
Okay. Yeah, hello, my name is Oluwagbemigas, and I love Oluwagbemigas so much.